Tonight, we talk to experts about President Biden's student debt forgiveness plan. Last month, his announcement detailing key points in the plan stirred some mixed emotions. Borrowers are, of course, relieved, but others, including people who say that they've paid off their debt, call the policy unfair. The plan cancels up to $10,000 in federal student loan debt for borrowers who make less than $125,000 a year. It also includes one last extension through the end of the year in the pause on federal student loan payments. Taylor Alanis talks to an economist about both sides of the debate. She also takes an in-depth look at how the rising cost of tuition is digging deeper holes in students' pockets today.
Timing could have been better.
Harmeet Singh, an economics lecturer at Texas A&M University Kingsville, is talking about President Biden's student loan forgiveness plan and the current state of inflation.
That is very muddy.
Many people claim the money saved from paying off their loans could still help the economy. For example, if I don't have to spend money paying back my student loan, I can spend it elsewhere, a house, car, shopping, and that would reduce inflation, right?
It's a help, but from the general economic perspective, that would actually increase more inflation if people start to spend more money.
Biden's plan doesn't address where the money the government is losing will be absorbed.
Federal government runs on a taxpayer's money. So in the long run, people might see increases in their taxes.
Or we might just add to the federal debt that's been increasing for the last 2 decades, he says. And it's too soon to tell the effect on our country because loan repayments won't kick in again till January.
There may be a lot of different things that may happen in the economy and in people's personal wealth with the stock market.
Even so, some people say the plan is unfair.
Why did I have to work hard? I could have delayed. I could have paid the minimum and waited and seen some of that being wiped off.
Singh says he understands that thought process, but if you look at the history of student loan debt, the numbers are steep.
So people who went to college for a 4-year degree 30 years ago did not have to pay as much or take loans as many dollars as somebody who is going to college now.
So we decided to take a look at those numbers at 2 local universities and here at Del Mar College to see how college tuition has changed over the last 20 years for resident undergraduate students taking at least 15 hours a semester.
According to the campus's websites and the Texas Higher Education Board, back in 2002, Javelinas were paying close to $3,400 a semester compared to nearly $9,900 today. Islanders paid close to $3,600 in 2002 compared to $9,800 today. And over at Del Mar College, Vikings paid just over $1,100 in 2002 to just over $2,400 today. Singh says back then, public universities were getting more funding from the state, but now they are passing down those costs to the students.
And you have all these online tools, the technology and the student services. All the programs when I went to school were very much non-existent.
But whatever side of the debate you're on, he says, the policy is an unprecedented one. And what's important to take away is future students should weigh their options and plan accordingly.
Where they go to college and what they study. Try to do some research about the profession you might have with a certain 4-year college degree.
Because some salaries might not contribute much to the debt you owe. Taylor Alanis, Chris 6 News.